this is where we need the intro. Dude, the intro's playing in the background. And, good morning.
Morning.
How's it going? It's the Monday Morning Hangover Show with the Rockstar Group, brought to you live by the Rockstar Group.
Yeah.
Hey, how's it going, guys?
Yeah.
You turned it up a level, man.
Yeah, you
Like, it was like,
you weren't super high energy 5 seconds ago. You got
for a show, we're like sitting there talking to you, like, yeah.
Cool.
Well, my TV
All right,
personality came alive,
Yeah.
apparently,
It's
and so now we're good to go, right?
Live, and I was like,
Rock and
oh.
roll.
Well, I
You're
tried
the
to-
coffee this morning. It just
I tried to
kicked in.
start it off nice and energetic to
No,
wake
it's
us up,
good.
to get us
Yeah, it's
going,
good.
and then I got
appreciate
this.
it.
Whoa, Josh, slow down,
Get
man.
the energy.
No, it's just,
No,
it woke me up. Like, I'm like,
Hey,
hey,
it's,
man.
it's March 1st,
We need some of those jock
It is.
and this is a good month because I happen to be born in this month. Well, I was born in this month
Were you?
quite a while ago.
This exact month?
Yeah, this month. Yeah, the month of March.
Several years ago.
Yeah.
A while ago.
Yeah,
Yeah, several years ago this month.
Yeah.
Josh.
in a March a long, long time ago, a Josh happened.
A Josh.
A Josh.
Well, that's the truth. Well, good morning, hey guys. Check it out. Let's get right into it. The weather, huh?
Let's talk about the weather.
It's cold. It's gonna get warmer. I promise. Right now it's a little cold. Today,
High in the 60s this week, though.
yeah. High today though, 57.
Yeah.
So it's warming up a little bit. We were out of town over the weekend. Come back into town, and it was like, oh, that was in a warmer climate. So
Yesterday
got home.
was chilly.
It's cold.
Really cold.
Tuesday we're warming up. 63 is the high. Your low's still staying in the low 30s, so it's gonna get cold at night, but 60 degrees during the day. Can't complain.
Yeah.
Wednesday, same kind of thing, but Wednesday it's gonna be a little bit breezy, and we might get some moisture, either some rain or some snow Wednesday evening.
All right.
So be on the lookout for that.
All about it.
Yep. Thursday dips down a little bit. 55 is the high. 30 is the low, but then Friday and Saturday and Sunday, like Friday and Saturday, 66 degrees is the high. It's gonna be beautiful. Sunday, 64 is the high. It's gonna be beautiful over the weekend,
Yeah.
guys. So looking forward to the weekend.
Some spring weather.
Yeah, spring may be here.
Well, here's the thing. This winter has not been remarkably cold by any stretch of the imagination.
No.
So it's been we've been
Like,
spoiled.
I've been cold.
We had the one good snowstorm,
Yeah.
Right.
but I mean we've had highs in the 60s for weeks on end through the winter.
It's been beautiful all winter, I think.
Right.
Honestly.
Christmas Day was warm. Yeah, so it's been a nice winter.
Typical mild Prescott area
Yeah.
climate. Beautiful out. So I don't know what's going on, but the weather seems to be beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely.
I'm all about it.
So what else going on? What's going on in the news? Anybody have any fun
You know,
local national news stories?
Let's take a look. Let's consult.
I was like, did anything
The Google
happen this
machine.
week?
You know, COVID seems to be getting a little bit better. The numbers. I kind of looked at them briefly over the weekend, and it seems like we're getting down. We're not where we were when it was like at its slowest time, which I think was like September or October.
Yeah.
But it's getting down there, and I think in Arizona at least our positivity rates dropped pretty significantly. I think they project the next week to drop down to like below 7%.
Oh, wow.
So it was as high as I think like 25.
Well, I've just noticed that it's not. It's still a thing, obviously, but you just don't hear. They're not hitting it as hard as much, and businesses are opening back up.
Well, definitely not
and
in an
stuff, so-
election cycle right now. So
No.
True.
from the news media standpoint, that's always interesting to see how COVID kind of slows down. But it's still there. My biggest thing is the mask thing. I'm tired of
Super
that
over
being like the norm
Yeah.
at this point. And I was reading an article. They're like, oh yeah, we might need to wear masks all the way through the end of 2022. And I'm like, I'm not going to do that. I will just have to take a stand. My shirt, I'll get a shirt that says, I'm sorry, I will not participate in society if I have to wear a mask. I mean, I'm just going to lay down the law. I'm just going to be stubborn about it. I'm tired of it. It's having an
annoying.
effect on my
Yeah.
breathing almost at this point.
Yeah.
And-
No, it's that, and I was at the store over the weekend, and I just took a second and looked around, and like everyone in the whole entire store was sitting there wearing masks. I was like, at one point, this would have been really weird.
Yeah, go back a year and a half, dude. And
Yeah.
you told me I had to have a mask at home.
Right.
I didn't own a mask, dude.
Well,
What-
I was meeting with somebody over the weekend, who attends a school here in the area, and their mask rules require that the students wear masks at all times,
Right.
even off campus. So if they're caught off campus without a mask
See,
on, they
how
can get
can-
reprimanded.
Yeah, and I don't understand
And
how
so
they
that
can,
was, that seems a little bit of a step too far.
little much.
I understand the desire to keep people protected.
Right.
I fully understand that. However, to me, it seems like we're going a little too heavy-handed with everything these days.
Yeah.
Being the, low-key anarchist that I am, all of this authority really starts to get to me after a while.
It does. Well, I mean, I'm all about protecting people, and like if I, if I feel like I'm in an environment where I'm putting other people at risk, then absolutely I will either remove myself from that position or wear a mask.
Right.
But I
Well, it's been
I'm watching.
year.
I'm
It's
watching
been a year
this.
of this.
Yeah, I'm watching like this. It was a spring training game, and there was like, I'm assuming it was. I was on last night. I didn't even know spring training had started, but there was limited fans, and
Right.
they're all like way far apart from each other. It's an outdoor thing. They all have masks on. And I'm like,
Just because
I'm
probably
sorry,
it's a
I'm not-
requirement.
I- if I tried to spit on you that far away, I couldn't do it.
Right.
But yet, I can't even breathe normal in my own space without a mask on.
Right.
What's that?
Sorry.
Yeah, the microphone is on.
Microphone is on.
We've only done that once.
That's what I was just, we normally check. Sorry, I had to.
Yeah, no, it's okay.
But yeah, it's again knowing some near and dear friends who have and are going through having COVID. Like, it's easy to downplay
Right.
for sure, but at the same time, I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm just, but I have, like, my mother owns and operates a care home here in town, and she's got to be so careful because
Sure.
if she doesn't, and she brings that to her job, people could die.
Yeah.
And so it's been challenging to even spend time with my own mother throughout this whole thing. I have a good friend and client who's on the recovering end, but her cough got so bad that she fractured a vertebrae.
Oh my goodness.
So I mean, like,
Well, I
It's-
think, and I think
It's
again,
rough,
I
but-
always have to make the disclaimer that I'm not a conspiracy theorist. I do believe that the coronavirus is real and that it
right.
has a negative effect on a lot of people. I totally understand that, but there needs to become a point where we can say to each other, "Hey, we've all had an opportunity to get vaccinated, which it hasn't happened yet, so I understand that.
Yeah.
And we've either chosen to do so or not, and we're going to be living with this for the rest of time.
Right.
At what
It's
point?
a thing that's here now.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I'm
Do
not
we wear
going to
masks
say.
for the rest of our
Yeah,
lives?
I'm not
Yeah.
going to
I
agree to
won't.
wear a mask forever.
Yeah.
And there has to be some sort of time period here that I am going to say no more.
Right.
I don't know what that is. I'm not saying it'll be tomorrow
Right.
or today or next week, but it'll be one of them.
It'll be one of those
No,
three
no.
options.
Yeah.
You have either until today, tomorrow, or next
Next
week
week.
to get it together, people.
By Friday,
So
it's gonna be.
but I'm getting
On the topic of the coronavirus and some, if you want to call it good news,
yes. Always like good news.
there's good news associated. It's been
We should be the good news reporting team.
yeah. Well, I mean, not all the news is good, unfortunately. But over the weekend, so last week we saw a little stock market had a little hitch,
Minor hiccup.
a little speed bump for a minute.
Little boom.
And over the weekend, at least the House voted on the remainder of what was supposed to be the last stimulus bill,
Okay.
and that was approved. And so this morning, the Dow rallied hard.
Gotcha.
We're up over, we're 31,515 as of about 8 o'clock this morning.
Wow.
So
That's
in
pretty cool.
early trading. So
I did see
some
that.
some good economic news.
I saw that another. This is politics for you though. I saw
Okay.
another. I think it was either a senator or a congressman. I couldn't remember what house they were in. But anyway, they were saying that they just proposed a bill out where it's a $10,000 per person check, and all they're doing is taking out all the non-coronavirus, support spending, if you would, out
it's
of
one
the bill.
line, $10,000 for every tax-paying citizen.
Yeah, and they take out all the fluff in that's going to non-COVID related causes, which I'm like, I'm kind of like, well,
doesn't that make sense?
Who do I go like yell at, smack, rough up a little bit to say that's what it should be all along?
Right.
Like, I'm sorry, but you don't need to fund pet projects in this.
No, I totally agree.
And I know that's how politics works, but not in this case. This is a national
I think it's
emergency.
just, I'm like, hey, just press pause on all those things, on all non-necessary things. This is what's happening right now.
Let's work
take
on
care of
this and this only.
Yeah.
Right. It's kind of anything. It's like, hey, there are multiple problems, but the biggest problem is this. Let's go ahead and solve this problem.
Yeah.
Well, I think this is the great thing about the coronavirus pandemic in America. Right. The great thing about it is that it has shined a very bright light on just how dirty politics is in America. So many more people
are aware now.
They go, oh wow! So to do this for the American people who they told they couldn't go to work, they couldn't go, they couldn't do all these things. We've got to fund all of this other crap.
Yeah.
To do this thing, but why?
Yeah.
No one will ever be able to satisfactorily answer that question for me.
No, there's absolutely no reason.
Yeah.
It's only because they have an opportunity to pass it in an environment where something needs to pass politically. Mm-hmm. So let's throw it in there.
Yeah. As I've been saying for years, these politicians are more worried about keeping their jobs than they are about doing their jobs.
And this is evidence, and that's why there should be term limits. There should all this different stuff. But hey, you know what? I kind of like that guy's bill. Give everybody $10,000. Let them get rid of the
everything else
crap spending. I mean, just for the point of the matter, I'm so glad somebody actually proposed it so that we can talk about it.
Yes.
Well, I think it would be awesome for the folks in the Senate and the House to see a bill that's literally
one
line long.
Yeah. That's crazy.
Like, that would be the best thing of all time.
I know. Well, anyway, let's get off politics only because we can have our own politics show later sometime, and it would be very entertaining, no doubt. But
for sure,
this is the Monday morning hangover show, so let's get into the market, Kellen. You wanna? Well,
it's been
but
you're like I don't. Actually.
It's like let's go ahead and talk.
So for the first time, probably in well over 20 years. Probably closer to 30 years. The Prescott area market has fewer than 300 single and multifamily listings available. Wow. We dipped under that mark yesterday. We're at 299, which is very few homes.
Yeah.
Very, very few. We took on 89 listings over the last week, but 101 went under contract. So we're getting closer to that equilibrium still. We're maintaining that just under equilibrium, which is a good sign.
Right. Sure. I mean,
but it doesn't make it any more frustrating, especially if you're trying to buy a house right now. And I will say this.
Nothing out there.
For a full description, you should go back and watch last week's market update, because for sellers right now, or people who are just homeowners who maybe aren't selling, and I'm sorry because it has to go back to COVID for just a second.
Sure.
If you took part in a forbearance and you don't know how you're going to pay the piper when the time comes, you need to call a realtor before the bank calls you.
Good. Actually, that's a very good point.
Before that bill comes due, if you know you don't have 6 months worth of your mortgage payment sitting in the bank, call a realtor before the bank calls you. Fortunately, less than 3% of mortgages in the U.S. currently are in forbearance, so that's good.
Yeah.
That's a good sign economically. It shows that we're not likely to have anything like we had in '08 with all the foreclosures, but there will be some because some people just genuinely couldn't pay their bills.
Sure. Right.
And so, if you find yourself in that situation, you probably have equity in your house that far outweighs what your forbearance amount is going to be. So,
Call us.
gain yourself
call
some
a
access
realtor.
to it because by the time you're done, because you haven't been making your payments, you can't refinance. You can't get a loan modification because both of those require that you're current on your payments, and a forbearance disqualifies you from that. So, if that wasn't something that you thought through, and I wouldn't blame you for not thinking it through because it probably wasn't explained super well to you, call a realtor before the bank calls you.
Yep, definitely.
That's it.
All right.
Yeah.
Great time to sell a home.
Oh.
It is.
Fantastic time to sell.
And rates are still very, 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 very extremely low.
Stupid low.
So there's some affordability there. And there's houses that come on the market every week, every day,
Yeah.
that are beautiful homes in Prescott. That you just have to have a good realtor to get you in those, and let you know about them right away.
Yeah.
Very important right now that your realtor is working full time for you.
And in a weird market, you're seeing a lot of agents who used to be full time, not full time anymore.
Yeah.
Because they needed to, again, find something to put food on their table, and there's no shame and no judgment in that whatsoever.
Correct.
But right now, you need somebody who this is all they do, because if not, they're not going to be able to move quickly enough for you.
Yeah, I think that's a great
Well said.
thing. Do you have a local spotlight this week?
I do. I came across, the Findlay Toyota Center event. Toyota Center?
Is she leaving?
Probably.
Anyway, we had somebody
So
pulling
they-
up to the office, but
Okay.
we are on air.
No.
Sorry, my friend.
The Findlay Toyota Event Center in Prescott Valley
Yes.
is starting to kind of ramp back up.
Okay.
And for those of us that have been here in this area a long time through the event center have seen some changes.
Sure.
From the Sun Dogs hockey team to the Northern Arizona Suns.
And now,
it's I'm guessing it's NAS, but it's Northern Arizona Wranglers, the indoor football.
yes.
And they're getting ready for their season, but they just announced a VIP fan experience
Oh, very
raffle
nice.
for the 2021 season. You can enter to get essentially some tickets, a whole package of cool stuff as they're ramping up.
So where do you go to check that out?
So that is, sorry, I was just looking at it, and then
Yeah, it's okay.
so www.northernazwranglers.com/win-a-VIP experience.
/win a VIP experience.
Yep.
I bet you can find it on the Northern Arizona Wranglers.
Or on
Site.
the Findlay
Site.
Toyota Center site.
But it's
yeah.
cool as they're kind of starting back up.
Yeah.
And kind of going back into.
And I'll tell you what, I'm not a huge football fan, but that indoor league stuff is so much more fun to watch
I could see that.
than your standard NFL game.
Well, and it's been really cool for I was a big fan when the Sun Dogs and stuff were here. That was like a really cool thing to go to.
What was that other indoor football team's name?
Rattlers.
The Rattlers.
That's
in
Phoenix.
Phoenix.
That's
But
what
we had
had one
the
up here.
adrenaline. We had
No.
the adrenaline.
No, we had
did.
they were like the
We
gorilla, the
had-
silverbacks or something.
No,
like
we
that.
those
still
are
have
a different one.
We still have the Silverbacks.
We still have the Silverbacks.
Okay.
They're-
They are not an arena team.
Yeah.
Oh, I got you.
But it was the adrenaline.
Was it Adrenaline? Okay.
Adrenaline.
I remember
Okay.
we had. I went to a couple of the games, but for the life of me, could not remember the name of the
Yeah,
team.
and those were cool. Those were
It
cool.
was a
games.
lot of fun to watch.
Yeah.
I'm excited. No, it's exciting to see something going on there. Honestly,
Right.
And that's what I'm saying. That we've seen some concerts that are coming.
I
Supposedly, for
really
a while
think
they were
need
like
to have us.
drive-in.
They need to have us do a show there before the
Yeah.
game.
Mario Speedwagon's still coming.
That Toby
I've had that-
Keith
I've had
that
that.
I think is coming.
We've had that on our concert calendar.
Yeah.
For a
REO
year now.
Speedwagon has been on there for a while.
Yeah.
Hey,
really
yeah.
well.
I remember that
But-
because I put it on the day it was announced,
Right.
Yeah.
and it's anyway. Yeah, so
Which kind of segues
Well,
into the.
that's good. We're starting to see some more big entertainment acts
Yes.
starting to schedule some dates and stuff. I don't know how that's going to work. I really don't think I mean, we're gonna go to a concert, and it's gonna be a way different experience if it's in the next 6 months. I feel.
Yeah, I mean, I'm anxious to see how this plays out because I've got tickets for a show in San Diego in July.
In July, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, good
And
luck.
I'm anxious to see how the whole thing plays out.
Yeah. If it's an underground show, you might be all right. If it's a,
It's literally in a baseball stadium.
you're literally not gonna go to that. Or it's gonna be, you're gonna have 15 feet between you and the next guest. Which
I
is,
might, yeah. How do you do a mosh pit with
You
social
don't.
distancing?
You
You know
don't,
what
a
I mean?
social
Like-
distance mosh pit can't exist.
It looks like a drunk homeless person trying to fight themselves.
So we've all been to that concert.
Just wait till
where
they
you-
try to crowd surf, man. It's
Yeah.
gonna be really fun.
Short.
We've all been to the concert where you look over and that one person's like dancing like they're in the mosh pit, but they're
Right.
just off by themselves. That's just going to be
Everywhere. Yeah.
I saw that on the streets of San Francisco.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's them moshing.
with no music
but
playing
There's
whatsoever.
no music. That's
just somebody literally
That's-
having the fight of their life
drugs.
with the air.
Drugs are bad.
Yes, they are.
Drugs are bad. So anyway, good. Okay. So hey, let's talk about local entertainment.
Let's do that.
So we got some stuff happening this weekend. Let's start it off with Thursday night at Carmela's.
Okay.
Aragon Brothers. I'm sure it's an acoustic thing inside there. 6 o'clock. Friday, Aragon Brothers again are playing at the Back Alley Wine Bar. I don't know why I am pointing
I don't
to.
know why.
And you pointed the wrong direction from where.
No.
Well, technically it's that way. Just
Well, that, but you were Carmela's here.
Yeah.
And you went that way.
yeah,
It would have gone the other.
it's.
That's a weird.
I'm confused too.
No,
So
I was,
so anyway, so Friday and Saturday night at the Birdcage, it's Sir Harrison Band starting at 7 o'clock. Saturday at the Windsock, we have Funk Frequency at 7 p.m. And then Saturday at 8 o'clock at Tony's 2 in Prescott Valley, Room 0. Now, I'm sure there's other stuff going on, but
yeah.
um,
Get on Spotlight on Prescott.
if you have an event going on, you need to let us know. Go to Spotlight on Prescott, send us a message, get it on your social media sites. We will present it every morning, and plus it goes onto our Spotlight on Prescott Facebook page. I'm happy to do that for free for you. We just got to know it's happening, and a big thing for us is to make sure these live music venues do okay right now. So
Survive.
we're trying to promote you guys. So if you have an event, make sure it's on social, and we'll plug it for you. And if we missed it for some reason, send it to us or let us know. We'll get it on. But that's what's going on locally. My pick for the weekend is Funk Frequency. I haven't seen them in a long time. I might go check that out, actually.
I mean, that just sounds fun.
They're a fun band to watch.
They're pretty good, yeah. They don't play that much anymore.
No.
So it's kind of cool to see them every now and then. We have a local business talk about Tim's. I think we're done, huh?
I think that's it.
Hey, that's all we got.
Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Hope you enjoy your Monday
And your week?
and the rest of your week as well.
Yeah, we're the Rockstar Group with West USA Realty of Prescott. If you need anything real estate related, give us a call
Holler.
and send us a message or however you want to talk to us. And we'll see you next week. Same bad time, same bad channel.